Hello and welcome back. We are on our way to Margan, and I also have this trader with me who wants to get to Narmak. So we want to go to both of those places.
I'll make this quick.
Not sure which one we'll get to first, but I guess we'll let the road decide that for us. Okay. Lots of aggressive wildlife in these parts. So let's see what we have around here. There is some kind of tower here, or a house of some sort.
I'll make this quick.
And I think I've seen a guy standing there. Yeah. And there are more animals attacking us.
Am I good or what?
Okay, you don't need to keep saying that every time. It looks like this is another naked Nord, like the last one we met. Hello. He seems to be frozen, maybe. You will speak with me now, or you shall feel the bite of my axe. When this enchantment wears off, he's in deep red, will shed some blood. What enchantment? Aye, a foul witch has gained me some enchanted disease, leaving me rooted to this spot. She called it witch wither. Foul temptress. I had been her escort. She was a big woman, friendly, you know. The damned witch ensorcelled me, leaving me at this spot, nearly naked, to display my shame to the world. His Indipred is not accustomed to being mocked, stranger. I shall paint the ground with her entrails. He's similarly aggressive than the last naked Nord that we've met. And we might have already taken care of that witch that he's talking about. I could use a spell or a potion to cure him. Maybe I'll find a potion. You have honor, Enoriel. I am a man of standing among my people. My father and my father's father, and his father before him, have had songs sung to their deeds, and I shall be no different. I distrust potions in general, but bring me one from a reputable alchemist, release me from this bondage, and I will reward you. Then I shall cleave that whore in twain. Okay. Ah, you've got the potion. Give it to me. Yes, yes, I'm free of this enchantment. His in deep red calls you friend, Noriel. Take this, my family's helm ice cap. It was worn by my father, and his father, and by his father before him. Yes, we know about all the fathers you've had. It will protect you from the coldest of nights. Wear it with honor. Now I must go and kill that witch. I shall plant her head on a stake for all to see. Okay.
What's this all about?
Good luck with that. Let's take a look at what this helm is that we've got. It's light armor cap with a constant effect, resist frost 30% enchantment on it, which is a pretty good enchantment, but it looks hideous, so I'm not going to use it. So that's that. There's a cliff racer there. Let's hope he doesn't notice us. Okay, so Nisus is that way. Margan is that way. Narmak is not even on the signpost, but it's to our left right now. It's to the southwest, I think it's closer by than Morgan is. So I'll be taking a quick detour to Narmak and deliver Pemeni there. Okay, let's see. Balmora and Calder that way. Nisus is to the right.
Am I good or what?
And Aldrun is to the other way.
Good or what?
This Nyx Hound is was more tough than the other ones because it's a blighted Nyx Hound. It's one of those guys affected by the disease that is coming out of the Red Mountain. There's some kind of a food route central outpost here. This is part of the necessities of Morrowind mod. So I'm guessing it's some sort of merchant here, maybe. Yeah, it's a food merchant, but I think I have enough food. Yeah, maybe I'll buy something. Why not? Take that money. Okay. Fruit salad, sure. What else? Omelette, sure. Onion soup. Sounds good. Okay. So we've now bought some more food. Maybe I can sell something, like I had this diamond here. Sure, I'll sell that. Moon sugar, he's buying it, so I'm selling it. For sure. And there's a bunch of potions here as well. I'll keep the cure disease potions, but I'm going to go ahead and sell everything else. Restore fatigue is pretty useful, so I'm holding on to that one. Okay, that's it. Ah, he doesn't have that much money. I'll not sell the diamond then, and I'll sell all the rest. Okay, now we are done. Stop levitating, please. And let's just go. Okay, who is this guy? Hello.
Go ahead, speak.
Greetings, traveler. Russia wishes you well and thinks you maybe can help him with some pressing business. Tell me more. Yes, most pressing. I have, you see, a shipment of clothing, fine clothing it is, to get to Aldrun, but I fear other business draws me away. Perhaps I think you and I might come to an agreement, yes? If you will deliver Russia's shirts, these fine shirts, to Bivele Teneran, the clothier in Aldrun, she will pay you for your services, and a generous woman she is. I would ask that you swear an oath to Zenithar to seal our arrangement, though. Yes. What do you think of my offer, Sure. I swear to Zonithar I will deliver your shipment. So we have one more quest. And it looks like his shirt, the one he was wearing, was among the 5 that we need to deliver. Most excellent, yes? We will both gain from this. I shall keep my good name and you shall benefit from Teneran's generosity. Wonderful. Take care, Noriel. One should not take an oath sworn to Zenithar lightly. No, never lightly. Okay? Okay. I'm an oath swearer, so I should probably go to Aldrum, but first I'm going to go to Narmak, which is about this way. Maybe I'll try to stray off the road here. It should be easier that way. I have it on my map, so we can always check which direction it is. Are you still with me? She is, okay. Okay. So now we have more signs here, but still no Narmak. Oh, there is a Narmak sign and it shows that way. So I assume this is the road, maybe? Yeah, it looks like it is. And we have arrived to the Bitter Coast. Okay, she's coming. Narmak that way. Okay, so this is the Bitter Coast, and as I recall, we have this little scroll here that can tell us a little bit more about this region. Guide to Wardenfell. Let's see. Ascadian Isles, Ashlands, Azura's Coast, the Bitter Coast. The western coast of Wardenfell, from Seydanin north to Narmak, is called the Bitter Coast. The salt marshes and humid swamps of this region are uninhabited, with only settlements found at good harbours of Narmak, Laod, and Seydanin. Also called the Smuggler's Coast, the region's secluded coves and islands provide refuge for criminal trade, and frequent rain and fog hide small boats from excise cutters. The piercing light of the Grand Pharos and the mouth of the harbour of the port village of Seydanin is a beacon to mariners throughout the inner sea. Most visitors from the Empire make a landfall at the port of Seydanin, where they are processed by the Imperial Census and Excise Commission agents of the Coast Guard station. The Coast Guard cutters docked here control smuggling and piracy on the inner sea. Yes, we've been processed through this Census and Excise Commission when we first arrived to Wardenfell. Laod is a tiny isolated fishing village on western Wardenfell in the Bitter Coast region. A rough trek along the river Odai connects Laod with the town of Balmora. Well, that's not very precise, because the river Odai is not near Laod. I mean, it's near the village, but it doesn't connect it with Balmora. There is a mountain range between Laod and the Odai River. Anyway, Narmak is a tiny island fishing village in the Bitter Coast region of western Wardenfell. Okay, so that's all we know about Narmak. So let's take a closer look at this location here. I think I've seen a ship over there, yes. It looks like that's a sail of a ship, so this might be Narmak, if it's a fishing village. And of course the obligatory cliff racer is hanging out here. And I will just drink this potion of restore fatigue so we can fight it more easily. That must have hurt if my character made that sound. It sounded like it hurt. This is Pemini. Well, this is close enough. Thank you for your help. I suppose it's only fair that I give you your reward. Here, take them. Though it pains me to give them, you are now the owner of the Boots of Blinding Speed. Okay. Well, let's see. Boots of Blinding Speed. Armor rating 3, because I'm not very good at wearing light armor. And it is a constant effect enchantment. 45 speed 200 points, which is very, very fast. And blind 100% on self, which is unfortunate. So it's literally blinding speed. Let's try it on. Okay. I am very fast, but also completely blind. So I'm not going to wear this. In this game there are ways to counter this blind enchantment. If you cast resist magicka on yourself, you can just equip these boots, and the blind won't affect you, and you will still benefit from the speed increase. That's well, it's a bit of an exploit, I guess, but I've used it before on certain characters. But I'm not going to use it on this character, not because it would be hard to do so, but it's just not stylish enough for me. So no, I'm not wearing it, but we will sell it at some point. Wanderer's boots indeed, never seen a pair like them. Yeah, sure. Our deal is complete, friend. You've already robbed me blind, taking my precious boots. Begone. Actually, no, I didn't rob you blind. I did just the opposite of that. I robbed you seeing. You can now see because I robbed you. So, this is Narmak. Let's just try to chat up some of the locals and see what is going on in this region. He's an Altmer. We Altmer are proud, wise and beautiful. The Empire is built on the arts, crafts and sciences of the High Elves. Our pure blood protects us from disease and makes us superior spellcrafters. Well, he's certainly full of himself. And it's kind of a racist statement, actually. You're in Narmak, go ahead. You ask the questions, I'll do the answering. What can you tell me about Narmak? Everyone's worried about those two breeding Natch that have been attacking. Yeah? That's right, there's a pair of them that wander about north of here. They've come near the town a few times. We drove them off, but I'm sure they'll be back unless someone does something. They are north of the town. Maybe we can take care of them. So, who are you? I am Carriarel. I do a little of this, a little of that. Oh, really? So what's your trade? I'm a thief. I was born to be a thief. I love to sneak around in rich people's houses and liberate their possessions. I enjoy puzzling out the security provisions on doors and chests, thrilling to the challenge and suspense of picking locks and disarming traps, and I've always had an interest in imperial law, property rights, criminal justice, bribes and graft. Me and the guards, we're old friends, and punitive labor isn't all that bad, free food and board, fresh air and good fellowship. Well, that's an interesting point of view, even considering what earlier he was telling us about how superior the high elves are to everyone, and yet here he is saying that he would not be, it's not below him to go to prison. So I guess that's an interesting point of view. Latest rumors. The smugglers working out of the Shurimbal lost their contact in Balmora. I hear they are working now with someone in Aldrune. Okay, so there are smugglers in some place called Shurimbal. I bet you couldn't throw a stone around here without hitting a smuggler. Smuggler's Coast is what they call this stretch of coast from Seydonin north to the West Gash. Now, no one here would think of trying to cheat the Emperor of taxes. No, we're loyal citizens. Yes, you certainly are. Have you heard of this new secret cult, the Sixth House? They say they sit around in caves cutting off pieces of their own flesh and eating it. Really? It's that corpus disease. It makes the flesh grow wild and crazy. Cut a piece off and another piece grows back, bigger and better. Guards say we're looking into it, right? That makes me feel better. That's very gruesome. And actually we were just hearing about the Sixth House for the first time because we did a quest that involved getting information on that very cult. So that's interesting. It's House Dagoth from the War of the First Council. And it looks like all they are reduced to nowadays is a flesh-eating, self-flesh-eating cult or something like that. It's very interesting, if this is true what he's saying actually. Recent imperial colonies like Pelagiad took like the same homes and castles you see in Daggerfall or any other western province. Yeah, I've noticed that before. Do you know anything about this Pemini person that we've escorted? Oh, that one. She's got a bounty on her head, I believe, although no one would bother trying to collect on it. She's a slippery one, often deals in shoddy items. Great promise, but low reward, you know? Yeah, I know. I know that very well, actually. There's a price on her head, though I don't know how much. People don't take kindly to being sold shoddy goods. Okay, so we might try to collect on that bounty, because that's easy money, by the looks of it. And what services are in town? If you're House Lalu retainer or kin, get your services at Erenim Manor. If you're guild, then you want Vadarku, Balan or Heinold at the Draw Jigger's Rest. Darin Airmail, the fisherman, is at the docks. You might get some services at Nadine Rotheran's shack, and you might not. Okay? Vadarku, the Khajiit, hangs out at the Drow's Jigger's Rest. He's very serious business. Say Erenim, she's Lalu of Erenim Manor. The Erenims are the local Lalu lords. Nadine Rotheron's place is where the Kemenatong people hang out. You stay away from there, Outlander. Yeah, I certainly will. The Kemenatong are in direct competition with the Thieves Guild for control of illegal trade, and they have sworn to exterminate the upstart Outlander newcomers. Yeah, we've heard about that one as well. So what places are in this town? Drojiga's Rest is the only trade house. Arinim Manor is a Lalu Manor, so retainers and king can get beds and services there. And apart from a bunch of fishermen's shacks, that's all there is to Narmak. Oh, Nadine Rotheron's place is Kemenatong country, but you're an outlander, you do not want to go there. Valveli Aralas at the dock offices, ship passage to Laod and Cool. Okay. The Thieves Guild doesn't have public guild halls, but they do tend to gather at a single location, usually a corner club or trade house in larger towns. Look for guild operatives in Balmora, Aldrin, Cedric Mora, and the foreign quarter of Vivek. Okay. So that's pretty much all that we can ask him. So now let's this is a very little place, so we might not want to hang out here. But we are certainly going to talk with Pemini and ask her about that bounty that we have heard about. So let's just do that.
Can
Hello,
I help you out?
Pemini.
Do you need something?
Yeah. What do you know about this bounty? A bounty on my head? Preposterous. It must be a case of mistaken identity. I can't imagine why anyone would want to arrest me. I've always been an honest trader. Are you sure? As I've told you, it must have been someone else they were thinking of. This conversation is quickly becoming tiresome. Nah, I'm pretty sure there's a bounty on your head. That's quite enough from you, Wood Elf. I'll take my leave of you now. No, you won't.
Run or die!
You've offended me for the last time. Okay. Actually, let's go ahead and heal ourselves, because she's actually quite powerful without her boots on. Now that she can see, she's a pretty good fighter. Okay. She's dead. She has an axe that I don't need or want. She has some money. Okay, that's about it. So, let's go back into town here and ask about if maybe someone could pay us for this bounty that we have now
How do you do?
taken care of. He's a pauper. I'm a pauper, one of the humble small folk. I make my way in the world as best as I can, laboring in the fields, kitchens and factories of lords and merchants. When times are good, I live well enough by my own work. When times are hard, I must hope for the charity of the nobles and wealthy merchants. Okay. So, do you know about Pemini the trader? Oh, I've heard she met an untimely end while on one of her trade excursions. Some trader, all she ever sold was low quality and poorly enchanted. Only a real scuttlehead would deal with that thief. And have you heard about the bounty? No, you haven't. So I'm going to ask this guy again. He can tell me anyway. Maybe the local guards could tell me. Pemini, the trader? No. Anyway, what do you know about soul sickness? I've seen this here. Well, the temple has always said that madness is a soul sickness and a sign of sin, but in the Empire they say it's just another kind of disease. Okay? What do you know about Orvas Dren? He's the brother of Duke Penarden, a very wealthy and influential man. He has a net ranch in the Ascadian Isles. Okay. He's the Camunatong kingpin that we've heard about. Let's refill our water skin before we move on. And let's see if anybody in this manor house can pay us for taking care of Pemini. Pemini the trader. No. Maybe someone else? I'm not sure where this quest is should be taken. Pemini the trader, no. It doesn't seem like we can collect that bounty for now, but when we hear about her again, maybe I'll be able to collect that bounty. There's a cliff racer there, and some netches here. And we have heard about some breeding netches who are dangerous, so that might be one of them over there. This doesn't seem to be a breeding netch because she didn't attack us, but he might. Let's take a closer look at him. Are you going to attack me? It is attacking me. Well, that was fairly easy. So that was one of the two netches that are breeding around these parts and are dangerous to travelers. And that must have been the other one, because I don't see any more Betty netches here. So let's head back and see if she attacks us. Maybe she just didn't notice us the last time. Some fish is attacking me again. There it is. Okay. Is it attacking us? Yes, yes it is. Very slowly. Okay. She's dead. So both of the breeding netches are gone. Let's ask about them here. I'm so glad you killed them. What of the guards? Can they tell me anything? Maybe someone could pay me for this? No. No, it looks like I've done this out of my own goodwill. I'm not getting paid for it. But that's fine. We've done some good. These people are now safer. So let's end this episode here actually, because this has gone on long enough. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.